Did you believe the lie that they told you, that you are isolated, alone, banished? You are not my beloved. Come home. Come home in the knowledge that you and I and all that is are one. One love, one God, one human race, one world. You belong, my beloved. You belong. Good morning. And welcome to Bank Street Unitarian Chapel here in the bustling heart of Bolton Town Centre. Especially a warm welcome if you're a visitor with us here today, and an especially warm welcome to our guest choir for the day from the University of the Third Age. We're very glad to have you with us. At Bank Street Unitarian Chapel, our purpose is to inspire spiritual journeys, engaging with the world with open hearts and open minds. Today is the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. And so we join in this service with a celebration of the summer solstice, joining with many other traditions and cultures, celebrating the light of the sun, giving thanks for the turning earth. And this service also continues our theme for this month, which is oneness. The flaming chalice is the Unitarian symbol. We will light our chalice now. Are there any volunteers to light the chalice this morning? Yes, if you can squeeze out today. It's best if you come around this way, I think, today. Thank you. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers, to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, and to serve the spirit of freedom. Let us begin with singing and rejoicing this day, and let us sing, "Enter, rejoice, and come in."
Enter, rejoice, and come in.
of the Spirit, life of the lives of creatures, spiral of sanctity, bond of all natures, be with us and hear us. Glow of charity, light of clarity, taste of sweetness to the fallen, be with us and hear us. Composer of all things, joy in the glory, strong honor, be with us and hear us. O eternal, God, good beyond all that is good, fair beyond all that is fair, in whom is calm and peace. Reconcile the differences that divide us from one another, and bring us back into the unity of love, which may bear some likeness to your divine nature. Grant that we may be spiritually one, both within ourselves and with one another. Amen. From words of Francis of Assisi, we sing now these words, O brother sun, O sister moon. From Hindu scriptures now.
As the web issues out of the spider and is withdrawn, as plants sprout from the earth, as hair grows from the body, even so, the sages say, the universe springs from the deathless self, the source of life. The deathless self meditated upon himself and projected the universe as evolutionary energy. From this energy developed life, mind, the elements, the world of karma, which is enchained by cause and effect. The deathless self sees all, knows all. From him springs Brahma, who embodies the process of evolution into name and form by which the one appears to be many.
Brahma, who embodies the process of evolution by which the one appears to be many. The one appears to be many. If I was going to be cheesy today, I'd ask the question, what did the Buddha say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. That's too cheesy. I'd never tell a joke as cheesy as that. I saw a clip actually of an Australian interviewer trying to tell that joke to the Dalai Lama. And English is not his first language, the Dalai Lama, and he just sort of went, he didn't get it at all, and the interviewer's going, oh, I knew that wouldn't work. I'm not even sure it's a good summary of Buddhist teaching, but it might be a good summary of Unitarian teaching. Make me one with everything. That's what we're here for, to be made one with everything, or to realize that we already are one with everything. Being a minister, I often get the chance to try to explain what Unitarianism is to people in conversation when it comes up, what I do. People ask me, what's that? Usually in a pub is the situation where this happens. And at the moment when someone asks me what is Unitarianism, this is my answer. It's about oneness, love, and curiosity. Realizing our deep spiritual oneness with all there is and with what we might call God. Responding to that oneness with love of neighbor, and keeping curious in the realization that we don't have all the answers yet. We don't have the full truth yet. Oneness, love, curiosity. People sometimes think the oneness thing is about the oneness of God, about the fact the first generation of Unitarians denied the Christian doctrine of the Trinity. But it was never primarily about that. More important than the oneness of God is our oneness with God. God is not some distant reality, not some bloke in heaven or a theoretical idea to be debated. God is the air going in and out of your lungs. God is the ground beneath your feet. God is the stranger in the street. That is what oneness is all about. The one appears to be many. I was talking to a friend of mine recently, might have been in a pub, and he was telling me about a feeling that was growing for him that there must be more to life than this. He had a very successful career, he had a lovely husband, he had a nice house, he had more money than he needed, he could go on nice holidays. And he said to me, it feels like just tick, done that, tick, done that, tick, done that. What's next? He'd achieved everything he was supposed to have achieved. And then it's, what's next? What's life for then? The political class at the moment seem to be talking rather a lot about aspiration. Whatever that means, aspiration, one of those political buzzwords, like hard-working families. That's the one that's gone around a lot, isn't it? Hard-working families, this and that. I'm single and lazy, so no politician is interested in me. But if aspiration means achieving life's goals, then my friend had done it, and was asking, what next? Now what? The problem with aspiration is that it's about what you as an individual are supposed to be achieving, or maybe at most your family. And this becomes meaningless because to find real meaning, we have to connect with something beyond the self. We need to connect with others. We need to connect with some kind of purpose. We need to connect with the universe. We need to connect with God. And I know God is a difficult word, and it may not be the best word. But God is not God's name. God is not God's name, it's our name for that which we can connect with when we're open to it. And as Unitarians, we say there's nothing you have to believe to join with us. There's no barrier of language or idea that you have to sign up for absolutely to become a Unitarian. You know, you might say to me, as people do, I'm not sure about this idea. And I'll probably say, me neither. My aim in life every day is to believe less and love more and do more and experience more. And you know what? I don't think God cares very much what we believe. I don't think that's what God worries about. Unitarianism is not about belief in oneness, it's about the practice of oneness. Theodore Parker, a great Unitarian of the 19th century, said Christianity is not a system of doctrines, but rather a method of attaining oneness with God. Here's the thing. There are moments, mystical moments, when mystics of many traditions and, in fact, lots of just people have experienced something, have felt something. In those moments, people have experienced that we are all connected, that there is a deep, deep love in which we are held. That existence is a blessing. I try to live my life on the basis that that is reality. That is reality. And that isolation and disconnection and suspicion and alienation and fear, the way we live 99% of the time, is the lie, is the illusion. Now, if we look into the Jewish tradition, into the Torah, the beginning of the Hebrew scriptures, into the book of Genesis, there is creation, and creation is good. What is the first thing in creation that is not good? The first thing that is not good is that Adam, the man, the human, is alone. Creation is good, but then we hear it is not good that the human is alone. That is the first problem. Aloneness, disconnection. And our purpose in the spiritual life, in the spiritual journey, is to keep reminding ourselves and opening ourselves to the greater reality, the reality of oneness. When we sing together, as we're doing today, and singing and listening to the wonderful choir, the University of the Third Age Choir, when we're doing that, joining in that act of connection, we open ourselves to oneness. When we give thanks to the sun this summer solstice, if we rise with the sunrise, well, not that you could see the sun this morning on a cloudy day, but if you rise with the sunrise, as many did today, maybe not many of us, maybe some of us did today, greeting the sun on the summer solstice, dancing round Stonehenge, as many would have done this morning. If we do that, that connects us to oneness, to the earth, to our only home. When we care for the earth, we open ourselves to oneness. When we care for one another and campaign for justice, we open ourselves to the oneness. When we realize we are a part of one another, we open ourselves to the oneness. When we pray and connect and understand what it is to pray, we open ourselves to oneness. Do you realize that you're a part of everything? That as you're sitting there, breathing in and out, you're breathing in the air that's just used to be in somebody else's lungs. Ugh. It is a bit because it's intimate, it's the connection, it's the fleshiness, it's the incarnation of everything that's around us. The air that we breathe is from others, and the oxygen that we breathe has come from the plants. That's the only place the oxygen has come from that we breathe. And ultimately, the atoms that make you up have come from stars. We are stardust. The universe is only full of hydrogen and helium until stars, inside the furnace of stars, they start making things like carbon and iron, things that you're made of. The only way we can be carbon-based life forms is because carbon has been made from stars that have then exploded and pushed carbon out into the universe. That's where we're from, that's where our bodies are from. Something bigger, something greater in which we're all connected to each other. Someone once approached a guru and said, "How do I pray? Teach me to pray." And the guru said, "Close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. The air you are breathing is God." That's it. That's it. The gate of heaven is everywhere. The gate of heaven is everywhere. We are held in a deeper reality than we know. I call it the love of God. You might want to call it oneness. Make me one with everything. Yes, please. May it be so. Recognizing many names of the divine, we sing now, "Bring many names."
What we're going to do today, which is fairly unusual, is we're going to sing the Gregorian chant, Ave Verum Corpus Natum Dei Maria Virgine, Hail True Body, born of the Virgin Mary, and it finishes with O Jesu Dulcis, O Jesu Pie, O Jesu Filii Mariae, which means O sweet Jesus, O loving Jesus, O Jesus, Son of Mary. Obviously very much from the Christian tradition, but also part of our cultural heritage.
Spirit, be with us. Amen. Now, in celebration of this solstice day, in celebration of the light of the sun, in thanks to Gaia, our Mother Earth, and in prayer to the eternal light that enlightens all things, we light now a solstice fire to symbolize all of these things. May we never forget the light that surrounds us.
We have had 2 songs from the Christian tradition. So as not to be too pious, we thought we'd give you one from the Harry Belafonte tradition now.
Let's really give our appreciation for the U3A choir who've been with us today. Thank you very much. So let us sing now. Let us sing for God's glory.
Praise the Lord.
May ours be a religion which, like sunshine, goes everywhere. Its temple, all space. Its shrine, the good heart. Its creed, all truth. Its ritual, works of love. Its profession of faith, divine living. Worship is over. The service begins. Amen.